And joining us now, Stephen Westerfield, the commander of the Special Response Team at the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
Captain Stephen Westerfield, excuse me, sir. Appreciate you joining us today. So tell us exactly how MDWFP gets involved in responding to these natural disasters, obviously Hurricane Ida sweeping through the state. How do you guys get involved? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So any natural disaster, anything like that, our main function is ESF 9, so going to be search and rescue.
Mm-hmm.
We got the call, started on it Friday, and Saturday we had our 20-man team deploying down here to pre-stage for the Hurricane Ida.
Wow. So are you servicing Mississippi, Louisiana, both?
Right now, so we've been down here in Harrison and Hancock County, assisting locals here, and also Pearl River County.
What are you seeing? What can you tell us about those counties? I know they were fairly hard hit as well as the counties along the border in the southwest, Pike County, et cetera.
Yeah, so so the predicted storm, the damage that we were thinking we was going to get, I just didn't see it down here this time, so I'd say the state was very fortunate for that.
Yeah. Well, so how many people you say you've got deployed? About 20?
So, yes, sir, we have half of our SRT team, so it's 20 officers down here with me.
What are their normal occupations and roles in the Mississippi Department?
Yes, sir, so their normal function's going to be working their assigned counties and day-to-day operations. And then once a natural disaster or a call for assistance from local counties and cities, we change gears a little bit and go answer the call.
So this team expects this. They're trained for this, I assume. Is that right, Captain?
Yes, sir, absolutely. We train constantly on responding to natural disaster events and search and rescue.
That's good to know. And so what kind of assets do they have to aid them in their efforts?
So as an agency, we're kind of unique as far as law enforcement is concerned with the specialized boats that we have and ATVs, UTVs, just the equipment in general that we have. So it makes it a little easier for us as a department to answer these events.
What are you seeing as the biggest problem? Are there floodwaters, standing water that are making it difficult for folks to get out? They're stranded and you guys have to help them? Is it just destruction of property and they just don't have a roof over their head, or all the above?
Yeah, sir. So obviously we did have a great amount of rainfall down here, so there is some flooding going on. The calls for this event's actually down from previous storms, and I'm sure that's from the public listening to the officials' request to evacuate before the storm.
Yeah. So what do people need to know at this point in the aftermath as far as moving about, traveling, things to be concerned about, aware of that could pose a threat to their life and limb?
Yeah, so I would advise them to, listen to your local officials there, the news outlets, and they're going to advise in their area where the danger locations are.
Right. And so do you guys coordinate with local law enforcement, emergency management, state and local level as well?
Yes, sir, we do. So for this event, we had some officers staged at Hancock EOC, the operations center there. And that way we could coordinate faster, less phone calls, and try to make a response faster, sure enough. And then in Harrison County, same thing. We were teamed up with Mississippi Homeland Security's task force and just answering the search and rescue calls that came in.
Yeah. So do you pull folks, members of this team, are they positioned throughout the state and they come together when you have a disaster in a particular area like we do in South Mississippi? Is that how that works?
Yeah. Yeah, sir. So we have a 40-member team. They're from all over the state. For this event, a hurricane event, we try to pull from the north region and the south region, and let the officers that live down here in the affected zones take care of home life first. And so, yeah, we got people all the way from the Mississippi-Tennessee line down here helping us today.
Wow, that's fantastic. Are you on the ground with them as well, or are you at a command center sort of orchestrating the efforts?
Yes, sir. I'm here with them. We came in Saturday. That's when we pre-staged. Actually, I pulled over on the side of the road to speak with y'all, and hopefully we're going to try to demobilize the unit and get these officers back home safely to their families.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you seeing personally in the wake of the storm? What does it look like?
Yeah. So again, I believe the state as a whole was fortunate. Surely we had some wind damage and flood damage, trees and power lines down and such that comes with these storms. But what I've seen in total, I think we, as a state, fared pretty well.
Yeah. So you're not seeing any standing water? Are you seeing trees down, property destruction, roofs missing, et cetera?
I haven't seen any roofs in the locations I've been at. Obviously, standing water. There has been water over some roads. Hopefully, all that is continuing to go down. Still had some pretty good rain down here last night. So hopefully that rain stop and these flood waters can recede. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Captain, we appreciate you checking in, and we'll let you get back to it. And please pass on our gratitude for the Special Response Team. Really appreciate all their efforts.
Absolutely. We enjoy it. It's our pleasure.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk soon. That's Captain Stephen Westerfield, the commander of the Special Response Team at the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. I got to tell you, folks, I didn't know there was such a team. I'm glad to know that and very grateful for their efforts. And it sounds like they're positioned and staged and ready to spring into action whenever stuff like this happens, natural disasters occur. I'm really glad to know that and very appreciative of